Nobody cares about you like you do. Let that sentence sit in your chest for a second. It might sting, it might feel unfair, but it's also the most liberating truth you'll ever learn. Because once you realize nobody is standing by to clap for you, save you, or validate you, you stop waiting. And when you stop waiting, you start living. I learned this the hard way. For years, I walked around as if the universe owed me an audience. I posted, I performed, I whispered my dreams, hoping someone would lean in and say, "Wow, keep going." Instead, the world scrolled past. Friends were busy, strangers double-tapped and forgot. Life moved on. At first that felt crushing, but slowly, I realized it was freedom disguised as rejection. Think about it. People aren't up at night tracking your every move. Your classmates aren't obsessing over your career. Your coworkers aren't secretly keeping score. Everyone is busy starring in their own personal drama series. Even those who love you can only give so much attention. Their world doesn't orbit around you, and that's okay. It means you're free to build without needing their permission. When you finally stop performing for invisible spectators, something wild happens. You begin to live for yourself. You stop asking, "Will they like this?" and start asking, "Do I like this?" You stop calibrating your life to likes and comments and start building it around values. That's when the noise fades and the real work, the deep, quiet, unglamorous work begins. The Stoics knew this thousands of years ago. Marcus Aurelius scribbled in his journal, "Amazed that we all love ourselves more than anyone else, yet care more about other people's opinions." Seneca said a wise man is content with himself. Epictetus told his students, "Stop expecting life to obey your wishes." In other words, stop begging for applause and start building strength. The first step is killing entitlement. Most of us have a secret belief that because we try, we deserve support. Because we suffer, we deserve help. Because we exist, we deserve recognition. It's a comforting lie and a dangerous one. Life doesn't owe you happiness, love, or fairness. And that's exactly what makes achievement meaningful. If everything were guaranteed, nothing would feel worth earning. Entitlement whispers, "Wait, someone will notice." Ownership shouts, "Move." The day you let go of deserve, you become unstoppable. You stop asking for a lighter load and start building a stronger back. You stop resenting the silence and start using it. You stop waiting for rescue and realize you're the rescue. That mental pivot changes everything. You no longer feel betrayed by struggle. You see it as training. You stop blaming circumstances and start shaping yourself to handle them. You stop waiting for perfect timing because perfect timing doesn't exist. There is no cosmic scheduler handing out ideal opportunities. You act now with what you have because waiting is the slowest form of quitting. But here's where the real battle is fought, not out in the world, but in your mind. That's the only territory you truly own, not your job, not your reputation, just your thoughts. And most people guard their phone passwords more fiercely than they guard what enters their head. Your mind is either a fortress or an open house for every fear, trend, and random opinion that knocks. If you don't build walls, distractions will move in and throw a rave. Social media will decide your worth. Fear will furnish the rooms. Comparison will pay rent late but never leave. You have to reclaim that space. You have to become the architect, the captain, the landlord of your own brain. That means pausing before you react. It means questioning the thoughts that pop up uninvited. Do I really believe this? Or did someone plant it there? It means replacing lies with principles, excuses with discipline. It's not glamorous work. It won't get likes, but brick by brick, you build something strong and unshakable inside. Something nobody can take away because nobody gave it to you. Every morning, give yourself a few minutes of silence. No phone, no music, no distractions, just you listening to your own thoughts. Identify which ones strengthen you and which ones sabotage you. Keep the good ones, challenge the bad ones. Over time, this simple habit rewires your mental landscape. You stop being a passenger and start being the driver. It also means focusing relentlessly on yourself. And no, that's not selfish, that's survival. In a world addicted to comparison, every ounce of energy you spend tracking someone else's highlight reel is an ounce stolen from your own growth. Watching another person succeed doesn't make you stronger. Stalking their wins doesn't build your muscles. Your journey requires your gaze. Instead of measuring yourself against strangers, measure yourself against yesterday. Are you clearer today? More disciplined? Moving with more intention? That's the only scoreboard that matters. Real growth is quiet. It doesn't trend. It doesn't need applause. It happens in invisible, boring, repetitive acts of self-discipline. Every minute spent envying someone else's life is a minute stolen from building your own. Stop scrolling. Start creating. Stop gossiping. Start improving. Stop waiting for motivation. Start acting. If you want a better story, write it. Don't watch someone else's and hope it rubs off on you. Consistency is the secret ingredient, not passion, not motivation. Consistency. The person who shows up every day, even when it's unexciting, even when nobody's clapping, will outlast the talented, the inspired, the applauded. Repetition builds identity. Identity builds destiny. You don't need perfect days, you need steady ones. Keep your word to yourself and watch how powerful you become. Marcus Aurelius journaled daily, not for applause but for clarity. Seneca wrote letters regularly, not for fame but to sharpen his thinking. Epictetus taught the power of repetition, not for novelty but for mastery. The modern world glorifies sudden breakthroughs, but real transformation is more like bricklaying, slow, patient, and often invisible. But that's why it works. Show up on the days it feels boring, on the days it feels pointless, on the days you think nobody cares because they don't. That's how you carve character, not in bursts of inspiration, but in the quiet grind of keeping promises to yourself. Discipline isn't glamorous. It's showing up when the room is empty and no one is clapping. But those empty room reps build an unshakable core. And when the chaos of the world tries to shake you, as it will, you respond, you don't react. Most people are emotional pinballs. One rude comment and their whole day implodes. One bad headline and they spiral. But there's strength in the pause, power in the breath. Between stimulus and response is your freedom. The Stoics mastered that space. You can too. Next time something irritates you, don't let the reflex win. Stop. Count to 10. Breathe. Feel the heat rise and watch it without acting on it. That moment is where strength is born. You're not ignoring feelings, you're mastering them. You're teaching your nervous system that you run the show now. Imagine how different life feels when other people's moods no longer control yours. When news doesn't hijack your peace. When insults slide off because your worth isn't up for public vote. That's the power of response over reaction. You reclaim your life from chaos. Another hidden trap is the craving to be understood. It's exhausting, trying to explain your vision to people who don't even know their own. The sooner you let go of needing others to get you, the freer you'll feel. You don't need applause. You don't need permission slips. Your job is to build, not broadcast. People may misread your focus as arrogance, your discipline as distance, your growth as betrayal. That's not your problem. You're not here to fit their narrative. You're here to write your own. The more you grow, the less you'll feel like explaining yourself, and that's a good sign. And yes, that means embracing some solitude. The top is quiet. Growth often feels lonely because the crowd prefers comfort. But solitude isn't emptiness. It's elevation. It's the forge where focus and vision take shape. The roots of greatness grow underground, unseen. Yours will too if you stop fearing the silence. Schedule time away from noise. No social media, no endless chatter, just reflection. Ask yourself, where am I going? What habits are helping? What needs to change? This is how clarity sharpens. This is how you stay aligned when life gets loud. This path isn't flashy. It's not about shouting goals or announcing every move. It's about becoming quietly, relentlessly. It's about trading performance for principle. It's about doing the hard, boring, necessary work even when nobody notices. It's about living in such a way that if no one ever found out what you did, it would still be worth doing. One day, if you stay on that path, you'll wake up different. Not louder, not more popular, stronger, clearer, calmer. You'll realize you've become someone your past self would admire. Not because the world finally clapped, but because you clapped for yourself. You built a self you respect, and that's applause that lasts forever. So stop waiting for someone to care. Stop refreshing for likes. Stop begging the universe for validation. Care about your own growth. Care about your own mind. Care about your own soul. Build yourself quietly, boldly, daily. Nobody cares. That's not a curse. It's your freedom. Use it. If this message hit you right where you needed it, remember, the journey to self-mastery is quiet. But you don't have to walk it alone. So if this video gave you that push to stop waiting and start building, hit the like and make sure to subscribe. Stay strong, stay focused, and I'll see you in the next one.